Well, not only for work, if you're doing Zoom calls, if you're taking phone calls, but also maybe you're trying to get, out there and move a little bit more and you need that soundtrack to get you going. These are the Bose Sport Truly Wireless Bluetooth earbuds. You do not have to pay $300 for earbuds for them to be good. And in fact, I would argue that these are better than the more expensive ones because these are by Bose. These are by the people who they do sound better than anyone. Sistine Chapel, NFL, high-end cars, all of those use Bose. You have choice in these of your Baltic blue or triple black. Comes with this great little case, comes with extra tips. You're gonna love the way these sound, and they're on a sale price right now of $129. Over 25,000 pairs have been picked up. Brett Hamilton's our Bose guy. Also still one of our chief electronics correspondents. He's here to talk to us about these. I was thinking
take away my
changing the
license.
name. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking of changing your title in January, but the reorg hasn't gone through yet, so we'll have to wait.
Yeah, trademarks and all that other stuff. Hey, listen, it always blows me away, Kirsten, that people gravitate toward a certain brand of electronics because they're friends or their cousins or their uncle or whatever. Like you see the little white buds in everybody's ears, and you think about where they came from. They could just be the ones from the $5 store, or they could come from Apple or somebody like that. And you think, well, what does that company really do? What are they good at? And it's not audio. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I find it amazing that people will buy something thinking it's the best without trying others.
Right.
And I've tried iPod or AirPods, whatever they're called, and they sound good. They don't sound as good. And they don't do, and a lot of the other brands don't do what Bose does because they don't have the technology, they don't have the science, they don't have the experience. And yes, they look different. They look different than everything else that's out there. And there's a reason for that, because packed in that little footprint inside Kirsten's ear right now, do the shake. Yeah.
That's always my biggest thing. I'm always like, well, if I'm running or I'm walking or will they fall out? They don't. And actually there's extra tips too, so you can change it.
Yeah, the StayHear tips are important, but the technology that's inside is even more important. That's kind of where I was leaning, is that everything's kind of in the right ear, all of the buttons. You press it once, it plays, you press it again and it pauses, and then a phone call happens, you press it and you hang up and all that other good stuff. You don't have to know anything about the technology that's inside, but you benefit from it because I promise you, and Kirsten and I say this every single time we show you something from Bose, headphones, in-ear, speakers, portable, whatever, music sounds different.
It does.
And I know that it's hard to believe that, but you won't experience it until you get it home. But I'll take it another notch up this time, Kirsten. I think that the most realistic experience is when they're in your ears.
So do I.
Which is what we're talking about today.
As opposed to like being like a Bose system
in front of it.
Or one of the speakers that we have back here, which are also available, by the way. I think those are like 99 bucks right now. You have a better experience. I'm a big fan of sound wave technology and therapy to help you, like binaural beats, to help you get better, deeper sleep. And they always say when you're reading about that or you go on an app to listen, best felt, understood, heard if you're using some type of headphones. And it's true with Bose. You not only hear the music the way it's supposed to be, but you're like immersed in it when you do it this way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think it's not just the music. It's also, we have tablets and phones that have all these beautiful screens and computers and stuff like that. It's so much content to watch. Movies, TV shows, and documentaries and all that stuff. Audiobook. Hey, listen, Meg is big time into the book on tape, as you call it.
She's a good book on tape girl these days?
But just recently, just in the last couple months, as a way to fall asleep at night, as a way to relax. Like there's so many, but there's so many different things that we use in-ears for now that we didn't before. And obviously the big one is the fact that we didn't know two and a half years ago we were going to be trapped in our houses and have to work from home. And if you've ever been on a video call, Zoom call, Skype, Teams, whatever it is, and the person on the other side sounds like they're underwater, it's because they're probably using the ones I was talking about before. Microphones are not meant to live in your ear. A microphone is meant to be on your chest. A microphone is meant to be on, right here. There are beam-forming microphones inside these earbuds, and I don't know how they do it, but Bose allows you to make it sound like you're talking to the phone, you're talking in a microphone, whatever it might be, even though the microphone is there. It's all kinds of crazy voodoo magic that I don't really understand, But the bottom line is, not only do you sound better, you sound like you're in the room, but you're not getting all that interference. It helps with the wind noise if you're walking outside or there's noise around you and stuff like that. So all these different ways to use these all of a sudden became practical, right? Before we're like, I'm never going to use my earbuds for a phone call. I'm never going to use them for a video call. Now you don't have a choice. Pretty wild.
It is so remarkably different. And, you know, you just spent a couple of months buying for everybody else. Now's your chance to get the tools that you need, whether it be for work, to take the phone calls, to hear better, to fall asleep like Meg's doing with the books, or like I'm doing with music, to listen to the podcast, to listen to TV. Maybe you're traveling a lot. You need them for the plane. By the way, how long is it going to last? If I'm going to be on planes and in cars for the next while, how long do they last?
Yeah, here's the good news. 6 hours, but there's 2 more additional charges inside the case. So if you go on a long trip, a flight or whatever it might be, and you take a break or they start to kind of taper off, all you have to do is drop them back in the case again. You can see the little fuel tank there, and they charge without being plugged into anything. So 18 hours of charge time before you have to charge the case, which charges the earbuds again. And again, all you have to do, and maybe you could show everybody, if you pop that open, there's a little button in the middle.
Gotta be smarter. You gotta be smarter than the case, Kirsten. Yeah.
That little button between the 2 earbuds there. You press that one time and it will magically show up on your phone in the Bluetooth section, and it'll show up as Bose. As soon as you acknowledge that, every time you want to use your earbuds, take them out, put them in your ears. There's no power button. Somehow they know when they're in your ears, they know they're on. They'll go and find your phone, or they'll find your tablet, or they'll find your computer, whatever you're connected to, and you're magically connected again. So it's a one-time deal. And again, play,
connected.
pause,
I don't know, I can't
magically connect. It's a one-time deal. Da-da. See, I'm also a jingle writer, if you didn't know, right? Anyway, play, pause, phone rings. Oh, the phone rings and you're listening to music. It will automatically pause the music for you. You can answer the call or you can reject the call. Personally, I don't use them for phone calls because when I'm listening to music, leave me alone.
Do not be
right?
disturbed.
It's just kind of do not disturb. But yeah, I mean, it makes a big difference in the way that you hear your music, but also all the other things we can listen to.
If you want this Baltic Blue, you have 200 left. That's it. 25,000 have been picked up. We're down to our last 200 in the Baltic Blue. We also have the triple black because just black wasn't enough. We had to make it.
No. And they couldn't get the double, so we got the triple.
Right, right. That was patented. So you get these home on a sale price at $129. That's the other thing. Bose at a price like $129, or like I said, we do have the little mini speaker there for $99. I mean, this is my type of after Christmas sale.
Well, and the other thing too, you mentioned, I always forget this, those little stay here tips. How do you know whether they're the right size? Put them in your head and shake your head. And if they don't fall out, you're good to go. It comes with the mediums already attached. You can put the small, you can put the large. Some people have different size ear canals, play around with it. They're also sweat and water resistant. You're not going to swim in them because that wouldn't make any sense. But if you're working out or you're outside in the rain and something like that, they're good to go.
Also, 30-day love it or return it guarantee. So
You're gonna love them.
We should definitely be choosy and picky about what we're spending our money on. So if you don't love them, you can always return them. But it's Bose. Have you ever returned a Bose anything? Like everything Bose is good. It's just good.
Yep.
Thanks so much. Great to see you. Have a good one.
See you soon.
Baltic Blue and also the black. Hey, when you're picking that up, you also might want to get this to protect.
Get peace of mind and protect